G'day, today we're going to be playing World 3 in Railbound. Alright, so let's get started. Hopefully it'll just be some nice early tutorial stuff. Okay, so he can't move until this guy hits that square. Assume, is that going to be enough time for that to get up? Cool. Alright, makes sense. Means that we can now have guys sort of hold in a spot until... Or someone else crosses another point for them. Another extra degree of difficulty, but here we go. Okay, so he's going to be stuck there. We can't turn that. Interesting. Okay, so... Right, I think that should be right. He does the loop, he comes back, he hits that, 2 comes around. Make that connection. But when he crossed over that marker again, he actually disabled the our mate the barricade. So it means that if we have these 2 guys run over both of these, then that barricade will be shut by the time they get to it. Which means that we actually want them to cross these 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that should be enough. So he hits that one, he closes it, he opens it, go through. Okay, so he's going to hit this one. He's going to hit this one, open that, so he'll start off. He'll come back around and hit it again, which will allow this one to open. Then old mate going to hit it again and lock himself in. I think that leaves this guy's... Oh, alright. Take it. Alright, so he'll hit this button. He'll open both routes for them. Got 6. He'll open that, and which will open this as well. That will close this. And he doesn't have any other choice of where to go. Press that, this opens, this opens. Press... So this guy won't go until that's passed, so he's going to have the head start. So he'll go through and press this. Let me just draw this out. Yeah, and then he sorts himself out, yeah. Sort of an idea of the way I needed to lay it out. I just couldn't, in my head, make sense of what bars were staying up. Alright, cool. So we've got different colors now. So they're going to be looking out for each other. Oh, sorry. One there. We're all about doing loops at the end of the line now. Alright, so I guess he has to go 1, 2, 3. No, we want to go the other way if we've got enough squares, because we don't want him to beat 1 to here, and if he gets green last, he probably will, so we want him to go through the correct order of them. so that timing-wise, he's coming in second place. Okay, so we've got this guy here, so he won't be able to progress till that gets hit. So he does that. He then has to wait for this guy to hit that. Means this guy then has to come around there, and he has to go there. What am I... Let's... Anyone's able to cross it once. More than that, that would be tricky. I feel like that one's going to have a second level with a second train in it. So he comes out there, he opens that, which allows him to go in there. I get stuck in a loop there. I think he comes out here. I basically just need him to go back in. Can't be that way. It would have to be against that route. Yeah, that should be it. Alright, well that's the easy part. Let's have a look at these challenges it's throwing at us. Okay. This one seems easy enough. We just give him a circle, right? Oh, we just have to give him a circle too. Alright. Everyone does a loop. Set. Alright. It's 3-7. Right, because he crosses it again. Okay. I think... One, two, three, four. So if I had this guy go straight, not gonna... He's gonna end up in front there. Any other route, he's gonna turn that button on. He does that. Not gonna allow him to get past it all. For whatever reason, it bugs me when it attaches me to those and I don't want to be attached. There we go. Alright, let's have a look. So just the one guy, he needs to hit the red and the blue, but can't hit green unless he hits the green twice. Well, that part of our move is unquestioned. Alright, what if we just go... So he loops on that one. No way to get him to sort of loop out of that one, is there? Let's get rid of that and try and work out just this red one on its own. How can we get to this red one once? Never again. Wondering if maybe I need to hit the red one 3 times for it to seem to work out. No way that I can do anything like... Okay, if we do that, then flip that way. So he goes out this way. Go out that way, but then we return this way. But we don't have enough. We're 2 squares short at the top here. Close. 1 square short. I never crosses red at the moment, though. That way he'd cross red, but he'd never cross the other ones. That way he'd only cross red once. Then we're 2 short. It just bothers me too much. The efficiency of this is totally wrong. There we go. That's it. He hits the red, he hits the yellow, he hits that, he turns that back up, and then he's out. Yeah. Alright. So he needs to hit 2 of 3 of these guys. He has to hit 2 purples, 1 red, and 2 aqua. Interesting. 1. 2. 3. Sorry, that's 1, 2, 3 here. That he hits this guy. That's his one red. But I need to hit that purple. So that says to me that this has to be that. Because there's no way we can sort of loop back after that point. That has to be purple. Because that has to be purple, it means that this green here probably isn't getting used. So that has to be green. Because this guy here isn't being used, it means that has to be used. He has to be used. Which means that we've gotten these three out at the very start. We've got this purple out, which means that we need one green, one aqua, and one red. One green, one aqua, one red. Which would mean that we need 3 of these, which doesn't really add up. Definitely need 2 purple. Can't really see any way to make a loop in here. And also I'm now 1 square too short. Two does have to get out at the end as well. Doesn't seem like there's much of a way to get 2 to operate in a loop that will get him like sort of out in the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So sort of doing a loop here, that I'd have to get to that purple twice, but I can't see any way that I could get this guy to go into a loop that would then have him able to get out again. Like for example, if we went like that, he's just going to then do that loop forever. It would only be if he turned around at some point where there's definitely no room anywhere here to turn around. I mean, I'm just redrawing the same thing I just had. One, two, three, 4. So where do we get this last guy from? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it would just be missing the purple. There's only 1 red, and they've put 3 here. So what would happen if we went... I mean, again, it would just sort of get it stuck into a loop. What if I was trying to hit all 3 red? I don't see how I can get him to go out and then have him sort of turn back. Like he can't, because he's having to go this direction, he can't loop back at any point to get this. So it is just a sort of an order thing that I'm getting wrong here. So let's try going backwards just to see if it changes my my view on it at all. Purple. Blue. Yellow. Red. yellow. So that has me as 1 purple, 1 red, 1 dark green, aqua, 2 of those. So I'm in need of a purple and a blue. If there was a way I could hit this, 2 of these to start with, and then not get stuck in a loop. I don't see how how this can't not be a loop. This feels like it's got to be more complicated than I envisioned. So basically he has to hit everything except for 1 of the dark blues and 1 of the yellows. Let's go that. Let's assume that that's what we have to do. Everyone but 1 of the dark blues and 1 of the yellows has to get hit. So that would mean that we're not hitting this yellow here or this dark blue here. Everyone else in this needs to get hit. So it's that. And is there a way that we can make this guy loop? No, because we don't even have enough squares at that point. Comes in here, goes through. There's nothing that would sort of really ever stop him from continuing this loop forever. I mean, possibly we can get 1 guy out here though. He can just slowly work his way up. And we need him to continue on. Alright, come back to that one. Okay, so he... I think that's it. Oh no, I've got to connect this, sorry. It's funny to go from one that's just absolutely doing your head in to then just go for a nice, safe, easy victory. To lift your spirits. Put that wrong. Oh. Close. Let's see if we go. Just getting a feel for. No, feels like it was way closer when we had gone the other way. So that means that both of them can get in there, but this guy won't. There we go. Although he's gonna turn that, yeah, too early. That doesn't seem like that helps at all. Basically, we need him to go back towards that, like go do the loop after he's done it, but we need more, give him somehow more time. There we go. Alrighty. We only have to hit this guy. we've got 2 lots of everyone else. So if one train hit everything once, then we would be clear. The problem is that he ends up back at this point. How many have I got? 4. Let's try that. Wonder if that'll go down once he moves. Yeah, good. No, it doesn't. Because he's blocking it, it doesn't work. Look at that. Send him in a circle forever. I think I was close from the first one, but how do we stop? There's any way that this works, because just work out where they collide. It also doesn't make sense because they're both going to hit everything. Go in here, come out there, go through there, come out there. Three. Ah, can't see it. Doing this again, but it doesn't work because if anything, he's pressing it twice. So he presses it off, presses it on, so he locks it, and then he opens it again. So I mean, it should really, in theory, be open at the point that he All right, let's try and reverse this. Comes in this way, he goes red, this, that, because then it shouldn't matter. Then hits that, and then I can't get him to turn in there. Or no, one short of getting him to loop. Let's see how that goes in terms of what we've got open by the time he gets over here. Right, so we've got him correct. It's just he can't get through. So how do we get him to turn around with 4 squares? If he turned in here, he would loop out that way. And at which point he would sort of be back at the start of his route, so we can't change anything with that. That's the same problem. Mine was so close. Oops. Point of looping is that we want him to hit red first. We can't really do anything other way than that. It's those, he's up here. I just can't tell him to turn right at that point. About that. There we go. Oh, there's an achievement as well because I didn't use all the files they gave me. The delay here is gonna make them collide. That way, goes that way, turns and gets that way, it doesn't work. Work. Let's think this through. At some point, this guy has to be able to turn around. I mean, that was my original one. It still doesn't work at this point. How does that go? I still... I mean, I've just sort of shifted the connection point to here as opposed to there. It didn't make his journey to that point any longer. Did that work? Yeah, just had him around the wrong way. And here. Alright, we're gonna have to keep track of ons and offs. So we go, he flicks that one. It means that this guy will pass through here. Also means that this one will close and that one will open. I'm definitely gonna lose track. Okay, so he goes through there. This is open. That's closed. So at that point they get stuck because both of them are going to be behind a closed point. Can't see how we turn these guys around on this one. Do we go up, around, back? Let's work it on this side. So this would mean that we would have to have one guy stuck behind this while the second guy goes there, which would mean that two would have to be past this point when that happens. So there's setup we need to do on this section It would mean that we get him to cross it twice. It's once. Maybe forever. If it's like a figure eight I need to create up here. Figure eights won't work, will they? Because I can't build in. He's never going back the other way. Alright. So we're down to 2 Bs. They always like the Bs to be the trickiest ones. Let's see. Still saying he has to cross purple. By that logic, he has to pass this guy. There's 3 of these. Just wrong. No yellows. Oh man, I don't see it either. And something like this isn't going to work. Because he's just going to go... Because he's one car and he's already facing the right direction, he's just going to... It just feels like he's just going to sort of continually circle. I can't get him to turn around. And that hits 3. Isn't right. And that then he would just hit this loop. There's something in that we can have him go down, hit a bunch, and then come out, but it seems like he's then just always going to re-hit that same loop again. Let's see. Now we do know as well from that other one that if... No, I think that if I turn it off while he's got something sitting under him, it'll still want to close just as soon as he's moved. Something like that doesn't work, so they're just going to turn down that way, so I can't really have them go backwards any stretch. This guy being yellow in the middle too. Let's just go with what I originally said. Has to be blue. That gives us 2 yellows, 1 blue, 1 green, 1 purple. Which would then mean we are short a significant amount. Can't turn him around at the end. Just can't get him to come back. without him, like, because he still has to leave. All right, well, with that one, I'd say I'll have to come back to it. So 3 8B and 3 11B, you've bested me today. I will come back and visit them. I reckon probably the next one I'll go 4-4, but then World 3 will have to come back. Maybe I've got a final one at the end where I just do the ones I can't solve on the first time through. Oh, well, any questions or comments, feel free to check them below. Until next time, catch you later. See ya.